That's the type of shit that happens to me when I'm texting a girl and I'm playing a video game. The second she texts back, oh, fuck this game. The game doesn't even matter anymore. I drop my controller, check my phone, and next thing I know, my ass is dead just because I'm standing there like a dumbass. Didn't even know where I was because it doesn't even matter. You know, once you get that text message, you're just like, oh, all right. You know, so. But anyway, guys, Anthony here again. And first off, I mean, I could do the normal thing and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't posted a video. But, you know, hey, shit's been happening. I mean, I've been really busy. I've been wanting to post, but it's like every time I get the chance to sit down to post something, another thing pops up. And this weekend's going to be really hectic. So I was like, I got a little bit of time right now before I get into the rest of the work that I have to do for my classes. And so I thought, why not just drop a commentary really quick, because I wanted to continue with my story. That's like the only thing that really is interesting me right now on this channel, because I feel like I have to complete this, and I feel like I have to complete it over Black Ops. So I hope you guys can bear with a couple more Black Ops videos. And I mean, to be honest, I actually enjoy Black Ops more than I enjoy Modern Warfare 3, but I'm not even going to get into that. Let's get back up on the story. Last where we left off, if you haven't seen part 4 to the story, because we're already on part 5. I can't even believe we're on part 5 already. Go check the description. The link will be there, as well as the link to my Twitter if you want to see that. I really don't get on Twitter too often, but just, I guess, so you could have it. I don't know, it's a popular thing to have a Twitter now, so I want to be cool like everybody else. But so, you know, leaving off where we were, starting up again, I had just finished P90X. Okay, this was almost 2 years ago, and I had just finished P90X, and I didn't eat correctly through the 90 days. The only thing I did correctly through the 90 days was I made sure that I worked out all 90 days. I didn't miss a day, but that's the only thing that I did correctly with the program. I wasn't sleeping correctly. I wasn't eating correctly. I was restricting my calories way too much. And the thing that you guys need to understand is rest and eating correctly are seriously 75% of it all. If you want to get in better shape, if you want to be healthier, if you want to perform better, you need to eat better and you need to rest correctly. A lot of people, they talk about, oh, I'm doing 2 a days and I'm doing like 2 workouts a day, you know, because I'm a badass. And I'm just like, no, you're a stupid ass, because you're overtraining your body, and that's going to lead to you either A, being injured, or B, you ain't growing for shit, because you're not going to really be able to allow your body to recuperate from all that extraneous exercise. And the other way that I look at it, quite frankly, to be really blunt with you guys, is if you're doing 2 workouts a day, then that means that eventually your performance in one workout is going to be less than 100%. So why not just work hard enough in the first workout so that you don't even need the second workout? That's just the way I see it, my opinion, you know, that's how I feel. And then also on nutrition, saying how important that shit is. It's important because the way that I see it on that is working out, it lasts for what, an hour, 2 hours maybe? You're not in there for the whole day. But nutrition, on the other hand, that's a 24-hour job. That's a job that you need to make sure that you're on top of all day long. And if you're not on top of that all day long, then you're obviously not going to see the results that you would see if you were on top of it. Now, of course, there are the freaks of natures out there that have, you know, the great genes and the genetics, where if they start doing sit-ups and a couple push-ups and drink some water here and there, and that's all, and they keep eating Taco Bell and fast food all day, and they're gonna get cut up. Well, you know, those are the lucky people, and that's just how life goes sometimes. Life ain't fair for a lot of people. And so for me, now at the level where I'm at now, starting Insanity, it was really important for me to really get that just under grips. I wanted to understand nutrition better, and that's when I started really getting interested in it. And I started going to school about halfway through Insanity. And something really big changed inside of me during Insanity at the beginning of it. I got baptized at my church, but not saying that being baptized is going to solve all your problems, because being baptized is a big part of it. And I always give credit to God, because He is the reason why I've been able to do what I have done in the last 2 years of my life. But with all that being said, you have to be willing to put in the work yourself. You can't just pray about something and then not take the initiative. You can't just pray and say, oh, okay, He'll take care of all my problems. That's not, it's a two-way street. You need to want to change just as much as He wants you to change. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street, and I mean, from what I've seen, God doesn't really love dealing with lazy people too often. That's just from what I've noticed in the Bible and reading it. But on all that, I really wanted to change as a person, and my priorities started to get more in line. No longer was I doing my health thing to impress somebody or make some girl regret ever, stepping on me or anything like that. Now I was doing it for the right reasons. I made a promise with God. I really promised God. I told him, I said, if you give me this, I promise you that I am going to give you glory through it all, and I'm going to use it to spread a positive message with this. And that's really what I'm still doing today. Like, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I mean, I don't think any of you are. Maybe like 2 or 3 of you, maybe. Because, my Facebook's like my real thing. I don't really hide the fact that what I do. I always post up like accountability posts every day when I'm doing my workouts. I always do that. I always like to leave quotes for people because it's important. You need to have that positivity around you. It's very important. The environment that you're in plays a major role sometimes. Now, there are the people who are very headstrong, and I'm one of them. If I was in an environment where they didn't encourage me to be healthy or whatever, I could still do it because, trust me, dude, on my campus, there's nothing but smokers and people who live off of fast food and packaged food. And I mean, it's frustrating sometimes when you got people who walk around preaching false gospel about health and wellness, but that's how it was. And that was the first time that I really got exposed to that. Going into college, halfway through Insanity, I started to get a better grip on how nutrition worked. I started to get in in a way better shape. I started to lose a lot of fat because Insanity, it being a more cardio-based program, you're gonna lose body fat, but the type of cardio that it is, it's not, slow, steady cardio for a long amount of time. It's actually what it's really called is high intensity interval training, which is HIIT. Or HIIT, people call it HIIT. Well, that's what Insanity is. So basically what you're doing is you're busting ass as hard as you possibly can for 3 to 4 minutes, and then you get 30 seconds of rest, and then you go as hard as you possibly can again for 3 or 4 more minutes. That's how it works. And so what that does is it's a major calorie burner, and so it was having those effects on me, and it definitely was working. And I was eating better. I started to eat cleaner. I don't want to get into that though, because I mean that shit's gonna be a long video. I need to dedicate videos just to that, and I promise I'll get into those once I start getting more time with my schedule with schooling and all that. It's just very hectic right now. But after I completed Insanity, I was on cloud 9, and I'm not even joking about that. Like, it was just the way that I felt after I completed Insanity. And some of you remember that day. Some of you actually remember the video I put up that day on my old account. And that's cool because you guys actually can know what I'm talking about. You guys actually saw how excited I was back then, because I felt like I had just climbed this mountain that I didn't think I could climb. I got like results that I wanted to get. The results that I had were results that I wanted. You know what I mean? So I started to see my abdominal definition, and that was like the most important thing to me. It was more important than anything else to me, because that's the thing that people told me, oh, you can't get that. You can't get that, fat ass. You're too fucking fat. You're too lazy. You're too stupid. You're fucking stupid. You think you're gonna get that? No, you're dumb. People told me that, and it hurt when they told me that, but it was a lot better when I went to college that first semester and saw some of those people, and they were blown away by how I had changed. And instead of being boastful and like, oh yeah, I'm a badass, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, bitch, get off my dick. Quit dick riding. Instead of telling people that, I was just cool. I was like, I just took it. I just took the praise that they gave me because I saw that they were legit with it. Sometimes it just takes, it just takes you actually doing it to shut some people up. And some people will talk until the day they die. That's just how it works. But with all that being said, I got done with Insanity, and after finishing Insanity, I felt just like my spirituality was at an all-time high, my ability physically was at an all-time high, and I started to look into other means to make myself even better. The problem is, once you accomplish something, you need something to keep you on top of your shit. Otherwise, you get dull. You need to stay sharp. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about the struggles that I had keeping the body that I had just gotten, and some of the mess ups, some of the screw ups that I want you guys to stay away from. So I'll talk about that in the next video. Another recap, I finished Insanity, and Insanity did a lot for me. And again, stop the 2-a-days. Fuck all that nonsense. You don't need it. You don't need supplements. You don't need all this crazy shit. You know what you need to do? You need to eat right. You need to bust your ass in 1 workout a day, and you need to rest correctly. And the rest thing is actually a rule that I've been breaking lately. I need to get on top of that more. It's just, you know, you start, I mean, I like talking to this girl that I'm talking to, and that's how it gets sometimes. We start talking and we're like, okay, good night, and then an hour later we're still saying good night. So it's kind of how it works sometimes. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.